Good evening to you. And I'm live in front of you because I wanted to talk about the Women Reservation Bill. I couldn't speak to you yesterday, so I thought I should talk to you today about it. Now, extremely happy and proud that the Women Reservation Bill got passed in the special parliamentary session. Like I told you before, the Rajya Sabha had passed it way back in 2010, but the Lok Sabha hadn't. And now the bill is passed, and it should. We are happy that it is because almost 40 nations in this world have already passed women reservation bills, including Pakistan and Bangladesh. So it's high time we passed it too. So great, it happened, and I'm absolutely delighted about it. Now that's point number one. Point number two is there are a few question marks. Question mark is women reservation bill can be only implemented in 2029, not in 2024. So 2024 will be the way it is. Now, there is a lot of debate for it. Congress says, why 2029? Why not 2024? You got 1 year, Baba. You can do it. Okay. Secondly, women reservation bill, they say no, can happen only after the census and the delimitation. Now, government has a point. What the government says, or whatever the ruling party says, that listen, you know what, reservation bill jo hai na, who will it decide who has to be reserved and which seat has to be reserved for women? For instance, if the government decides which seats should be reserved and which seats should not, then why not seat of Rahul Gandhi can be given and made into a woman seat, a reserved seat for women. How would you like it? At that point in time, you guys may come, that is the opposition, Congress, may come and say that how fair is this? This is unfair, correct? So the government says that, so we are leaving it to the delimitation committee to decide. Let them decide which seats are, which seats should be reserved for women and which seats shouldn't. Okay, so that's what they say. Point hai. It is, there's a valid point there. But then there's a question also. How do you know who controls the delimitation committee? What if the government controls the delimitation committee? So the delimitation committee controlled by that government, the delimitation committee will do what the government is asking them to do. We've seen a lot of that in the election commission, haven't we? So that is also a counter question. So the point is, waiting for the delimitation to happen, waiting for the census to happen, that is starting, I think, commencing somewhere in 2026, ending somewhere in 2027, therefore everything happening in 2029. Well, while there is logic, if it is actually going to be 100% unbiased and 100% autonomous and given a complete mandate to the delimitation team to figure out the reserved seats and not, well, then it's a different issue. But one wonders whether that's actually going to happen. Now that's one reason why they feel that it should start in 2029 and not 2024. Another point that was raised is, listen, what if somebody challenges this in the court? So if you implement this reservation right away, and if somebody goes to Supreme Court and challenges this in the court, then the entire procedure will go for a toss. This entire process will go for a toss, and this is too important a bill for it to be just put up and somebody gets a stay and all of that. So that too was discussed here. So, well, I mean, all these points, a lot of them are valid, a lot of them are not, but all the same, I too was hoping that this bill is implemented in 2024. I too was hoping to see more women in the parliament in 2024, and I too was disappointed that this bill is implemented in 2029. But that being said, at least the bill is implemented, and some of the reasons that was given were also to a certain extent valid. So to that extent, I will agree to it. The second point which I wanted to make is, which was widely asked, you talk about SC, ST quota, then why not OBC? Why have you kept OBC aside? So these were the points that were raised. Like I told you, some of them valid, some of them had good answers too, some of them the government too had logics. So the fact remains that all in all, good decision, all in all, happy. Yes, like I told you, it should have been in 2024. That's all I wanted to talk about the women reservation bill. Please do let me know your comments. I have also done a thorough editorial on women's reservation bill. So anything you want to know about the bill, when it started, who started, what was the first parliamentary debate, all of that, I've done a editorial. I'm going to attach that in the description. Do have a look at it. And till I see you next time for my editorial today at 10. Take care.